the same thing happens if you're on Earth. If you're trying to hit a target 3 miles away, that's a lot of atmosphere between you and that target. You ever seen like you're driving in the West and you see like a mirage on the road, or you see this like the warping of like the image on the road?
I've only ever been to Vegas and Milwaukee.
Oh, well, Vegas will be a place where you can see just this exact phenomenon.
Yeah, but I was on the Strip.
Let me hit the bathroom.
Oh, yeah, we'll be right back. All right, we're back. Real quick, though, because you keep mentioning it as well. What are people arguing about the Big Bang these days? Because they're trying to say, like, maybe that's not what caused the universe. What are your thoughts there?
Yeah, so there's a whole kind of, again, anti-authoritarian standpoint, which is to question all narratives. Which is that the Big Bang never happened. So that's the cosmological equivalent of flat Earth, of moon landing denial, etc. Is that actually, NASA or big space, there's this podcast, there's this channel called the Thunderbolts channel. This guy, Will Thornhill or Thornbird or something like that. And they make all these videos about what's called the electric universe. And there's this guy not far from here in Philadelphia, in Pennsylvania, called Eric Lerner, who's been writing for 37 years now that the Big Bang never happened. And his evidence always is whatever the latest new telescope discovery or project is in cosmology, in astronomy, that evidence is actually counter evidence to the Big Bang narrative, and that NASA or the big cosmology. Again, there are more people that play professional sports. There are more people that play in the NBA than there are professional cosmologists. In fact, one NBA team. Let me just go to your beloved Phillies, okay? Your beloved Phillies.
That's the MLB.
That's right. Okay, we're going to go. I know. We're going to go there. We're going to go there. Major League. Okay, here we go. Major League Big Bang, in terms of how many professional experimental cosmologists like me are there, is fewer than on the Phillies. Just one team. Okay, that are professors that build instrumentation that look. So to think that we're some massive cabal that's in fact, it's almost like the people that think Jews are running the world. Like Jews are 0.2% of the world's population, and something like 20% of the Nobel Prizes have been won by Jews. And I'm not saying there's any correlation, but I'm gotta do better at gatekeeping in this room, my brother.
We got a little flea in here or something.
Whenever I said something bad about the Phillies, you got the second best cheesesteak in the world.
That was a Nazi fly. I wasn't too happy.
Is that you, Candace? Kansas fly-ins? Right. So when you look at the ability of a small group to influence, like NASA's small group of individuals, that have this outsized impact, there's always going to be this tendency for people to look for ulterior ways that they could have done stuff illegitimately, either conspiracy or Rothschilds or like I said, NASA controls or big cosmologists. Nothing of the sort. In fact, it's a testimony to how amazing that group of individuals like NASA was. That a tiny fraction of the budget, the U.S. population of women spend, and maybe some men, but spend more on lipstick every year than NASA's budget by far. Okay, they spend NASA's budget is under $20 billion. That's like pennies. It's nothing. Out of, just in the military, which actually benefited a lot from GPS, laser ranging, what's called adaptive optics. So we have sniper scopes, okay, that the SEAL teams use. I have relatives that are in the teams, and they use sniper scopes that use what's called adaptive optics.
Adaptive optics.
Yeah, adaptive optics is the reconciliation that astronomers realized they needed to do because of the following nursery rhyme: "Twinkle, twinkle, little star." Stars don't twinkle naturally. Okay, they don't twinkle of their own accord, losing or gaining energy, despite what some fools claim on the internet. They're actually twinkling because the atmosphere contains cells of different density, pressure, etc., and different composition of gases and different amounts of water vapor. Those gases over different regions of time will act like lenses that refract and bend and change the trajectory of light, such that different pathways of the light will be affected. Like little lenses going in front of the camera. If you kept putting lenses randomly in at different sizes in front of your camera, the same exact thing would happen. The image that you see would twinkle. So astronomers realized this sucks and we got to get rid of it, but we can't afford a space telescope. There's only been 2 optical, even near infrared space telescopes that astronomers have ever used. One of them was Hubble, and now we have the James Webb telescope. Yeah. James Webb is not even an optical telescope. It's an infrared telescope. So there's really only been one major, pretty picture producing optical telescope in space in human history. Okay, and it's not like other countries are making great space telescopes the way the U.S. has. Again, another tremendous accomplishment by NASA. Wouldn't have been possible if not for the fact that we went to the moon. But besides all that, the fact that that the atmosphere causes things to twinkle is because there's atmosphere between us and the objects in space. We don't like that because it blurs out the image. It makes it much less easy to see the resolution of it, and it distorts and changes the properties of what you're looking at because you're looking through this dirty window. Imagine you're trying to look at your neighbor through a spyglass here. Well, that's exactly what a sniper's trying to do, right? A sniper's trying to look through a mile. One of my relatives, I won't say who, has a confirmed kill at over 3 miles. Okay. Imagine 3 miles away, 3 miles away.
Holy
and it's not Andrew
shit.
Bustamante. I wish he was in my family, but he's not. Andrew's probably been able to reach out, pretty large distances. I mean, snipers are amazing, right? But they have to deal
with
with
Andrew's a sniper. I don't know if he's done that in the
I'm
past.
sure
he's done a lot of shit. I don't know if he's been sniping. We can't give. I don't want to give him more free clout. He's got enough free clout.
I know he's got a great little industry going on there. Everyday sniper.
Yes, every day sponsored by CIA.
That's right. So the same thing happens if you're on Earth. If you're trying to hit a target 3 miles away, that's a lot of atmosphere between you and that target. You ever seen you're driving in the West and you see like a mirage on the road, or you see this like the warping of like the image on the road?
I've only ever been to Vegas and Milwaukee.
Well, Vegas will be a place where you can see just this exact phenomenon.
Yeah, but I was on the Strip.
Okay, you weren't out driving in the desert. Next time we'll come out. We have my cousin owns a shooting range out there.
No cocaine in the desert.
No, Brian. Okay, no, nothing like that. No drop-offs.
Like, oh shit.
No hangovers. No hangover 5. We'll stop at 4. Anyway, the atmosphere has turbulence, and that makes it hard to hit a target at more than a few miles. So now what the astronomers built to look at images of galaxies and stars millions of light years away, now a sniper on Earth can look at thousands of meters away, okay? So they can correct for the atmospheric distortion using a technology that was invented for astronomy, okay? So these are all just benefits that accrue, okay? I forgot exactly how we got on this subject, but I know we were talking about developments in
Well, it's the Big Bang and how people have been saying
that's right. So people have been saying this for a long time. Every time that something new comes out in data, and the most recent example is the James Webb Space Telescope, according to these proponents of the no Big Bang hypothesis. Okay, they don't believe in the Big Bang at all. They believe something completely nonsensical called tired light, which we can talk about. It's basically a static universe. The universe has been here forever. Unlike the fact that we know for, as near as we can know for certainty in scientific facts, about 13 miles from here is Holmdel, New Jersey. There used to be a laboratory there called Bell Labs. And they invented a lot of the technology, like the transistor, the laser, the radio, telecommunications, cell phone devices. Right. What they were trying to do is build the first communications. So there used to be only one cell phone carrier, and basically one telephone company in the whole world. It was AT&T. It was Bell, and Bell Labs was here in Holmdel, about 12 miles away from here, something like that.
Well, that's where they shoot Severance now.
Yeah, is that really? Oh, okay, cool.
I think so.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's kind of that dystopian vibe to it. So Bell Labs was tasked with the following thing. Radio waves were being sent and bounced off of the early satellites that were launched in the early 1960s from California, from near Pasadena, where I used to work at Caltech, bouncing up to a satellite and then echoing that exact signal back down to Earth, back to New Jersey. So it was the first transcontinental communication using bouncing of radio waves off of a satellite, which is the only thing high enough in space to get. When scientists here named Penzias and Wilson, they were looking and they saw the signal, but it was really noisy. It would be like as if you were paying to film this in 4K and you were getting like 144p. Yeah, and it was horrible, static noise. It was just awful. I'm like, what the hell? I'm paying millions of dollars, billions of dollars, and I'm getting this crappy image. What is causing that? Well, behind the satellite that they were looking at is the cosmos. Is all this heat left over from the Big Bang, and that was called the cosmic microwave background radiation, the CMB, which is this 3 Kelvin signal that these two astronomers that were working for a technology company trying to improve their telecommunications communication ability. They weren't trying to detect the Big Bang, in other words. They had no ulterior motives. They just wanted to understand it. And then my grandfather, PhD grandfather, David Wilkinson, and his colleagues at Princeton University realized that the static that they were seeing behind the satellite was actually coming from the Big Bang itself, or the cosmos itself. That was the discovery of the CMB in 1965. It's the 60th anniversary of it. Actually, last month was. And this was...
They could see it?
say it again. They could see it as static, as radio waves. So it's a radio telescope, just like
Something that happened billions of years ago. They can see it as
it's
a radio
happening
wave.
right now. Yeah, the universe is redshifting. It's getting bigger, and so the light's getting colder and colder, farther and farther away. But it's still moving towards us as the universe expands. It goes from high wavelength, short wavelengths to long wavelengths.
So you can trace those wavelengths to an initial. I'm going to use a fake term here, but an initial wave. I'm going to call it.
No,
is
it's
the
wave.
Big
So
Bang itself.
Everything that's above absolute zero in temperature emits radiation. You're emitting radiation now. We're about 300 Kelvin, what's called Kelvin. So it's 90 degrees, 98 degrees Fahrenheit. Convert it to Kelvin, and maybe it's 310 Kelvin. A Kelvin's the absolute temperature scale. If you cool something down to 0 Kelvin, all of its motion stops. Heat is just a random, what we call the random motion of molecules. You can stop it, you can slow it down, but you can only do that with an infinite amount of energy, cooling it down to absolute zero. So everything in the universe that you've ever seen, anything in space, is above 0 Kelvin. That means it's emitting waves of radios or microwaves, depending on how much its temperature is. The sun is 5,000 Kelvin. And that's why it emits light. We're emitting heat. You could detect your girlfriend or whatever, right? You could come up really close to her, not touch her, and you can feel the infrared heat coming up. That's 300 Kelvin radiation. That's in the infrared. That's the heat. In the the universe has been cooling off so much that's gone from visible light or X-rays and gamma rays, the highest form of energetic light there is, from the initial heat that was left over from the fusion of the first elements after the Big Bang. That heat was all pervasive, exists in all directions at all times. And as the universe has been expanding, when you expand an oven, you cool it down. You ever spray off one of those cleaners of your computer, the Freon cans or whatever that clean off your computer with dusters, right? What happens to the can? It gets colder.
Yes.
Because you're expanding the gas, it cools it. So as the universe expands, the heat in the universe is cooling down. So it went from 3,000 Kelvin, which is where hydrogen forms, to 3 Kelvin over the course of 13.8 billion years.
Crazy fucking cold too.
Exactly. Yeah, you can do it. I actually had this like little cyst frozen on my forehead there with some of this gas last week.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Took it off.
I wouldn't have known until you showed me. Now I'm gonna look at it the whole time.
I'm a cosmetologist. You know, I gotta show you the hair, what goes on behind the makeup.
Make sure we get that in 4K.
That's right. Don't get that 144p.
Thank you guys for checking out this clip. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe and hit the like button on this video. It is a huge, huge help. And if you'd like to check out this clip's full podcast episode, that link is in the description below or right here. And finally, you can follow me on Instagram and X by using the links in my description below.